Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up.
What is up, Roco Radio? It's the local Gridiron. We are back, yours truly, alongside the team. We've got Jay Ramey, the kid, up in the right corner. Well, at least to me. In the bottom left, the hat man, Jonathan Hatley. David Woods is with us in the right bottom corner as we bring you week 10 of the high school football season. We get you ready for kickoff on Friday night. We've got two great broadcasts for you. We've got Bartlett Yancey and McMichael's Senior Night at Macfield on RocoRadio.com. We also bring you Moorhead and Rockingham County in Eden rivalry football. Can't wait for it, boys. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, I think. Speak for all of us.
Doing great, Joey. I like those pictures in the background, man. They look really good.
Like
you got your little
I really like this one.
That's a true artist right there.
You like staying on the ground, man, but once you get in the air, you start getting jittery. I got to pick you up and help you out, man. Make sure my guy's good.
You know who was in the air, but not enough for David?
What's that?
Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Hey, he might not be winning your fantasy league, but he's winning my heart.
Nope. I'm telling you, I want to fight him. I really do. He's getting on my nerves. I've had enough. I'm trading him for Joe Flacco this weekend. He's playing the Jets. That's who I'm going with.
Old man after your heart, huh?
At least he's got some good icy hot. You know what I'm saying? My shoulders and stuff are pretty sore.
Let us know what you think in the comments about Week 10 as we get you ready for kickoff. As mentioned, we've got Bartlett, Yancey, and McMichael. Jay and Jonathan will be on that call from Macfield. Your pregame at 6:30 on RocoRadio.com, as well as our Substack page, RocoRadioSports.substack.com. And then David and I will be at Moorhead as 4-4 Rockingham County takes on 2-6 Moorhead, but Moorhead with 2 wins in the Mid-State Conference. As we go to the comments, Melita says hello, and she says I'm gonna have to start saying 3 J's and a D. We also got get him to get in a plane and go skydive. What in the world?
Let's go.
I thought we were friends. I thought
Hey, I'm gonna strap a chute to his back and throw him out and jump after him.
No, I want to go. I've always wanted to get on that thing with that guy from Charlie Soap and just go around. I've been wanting to do that.
Oh, you gonna go up on the ultralight with James?
Yes, I've been wanting to do that. Just the view from Hanging Rock, man. Oh man, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, but you're not going to get in there with him, are you? You're just gonna.
It'll be. So he'll be the one driving it, and you're sitting in the front.
Wait, that thing's a 2-seater?
It's a 2-seater.
No,
2-seater. It's a 2. So if anything, I mean, I could get my man Joe Dexter up there with him. Oh my goodness!
If Reidsville wins the state championship, he will.
He still owes us a polar plunge for crying out loud.
He ain't done that. That's been what, 15 years ago. Seems like.
Oh, were you guys saying something?
Oh yeah, we were talking.
I didn't hear nothing. My camera froze. Let's talk Week 10.
You want us to repeat it?
No,
Oh.
It's okay. It's in the past.
Okay.
Bygones are bygones.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Hey,
Let's
don't worry,
look to
Joe.
the future. Week 10 of the high school football season, the Mid-State Conference. Let's start with our conference standings. Reedsville at top at 5-0, 242 points inside conference play, just giving up 36 points. That shutout against Carver, helping back-to-back shutouts in conference play. Rockingham County 3-1 in the conference, giving up 75 points per, scoring 133. Walkertown at 2-1 in third. Carver in fourth at 2-2, dropping two of their games to Rockingham County teams, the Cougars and the Rams. 2-2, Moorhead inside the conference, 0-4 for McMichael and 0-4 for Bartlett Yancey. Overall, Reedsville at 7-2, one game better than Walkertown after missing that canceled game with Rockingham County. We don't know if that would have been a win or a loss, but they're one game behind with that game that didn't get rescheduled. They're 6-1 overall, 6-2 for Carver, 4-4 for Rockingham County as they turn it up late in the season. 2-6 for the Panthers, 2-6 for the Phoenix, and 1-7 for Bartlett Yancey. Guys, your overall thoughts. We'll start with you, Jay, on the conference standings as they stand today.
Well, I mean, Reedsville's pretty much locked up the conference title. We kind of expected that coming into this, but not because of the competition they were facing, just because, you know, let's just assuming they beat McMichael on October 31st, then going into next year's conference games, there will be players on the team, freshmen on the team, who were not alive the last time that Reedsville lost a conference game. So Reedsville is probably going to lock up the undisputed conference title. I don't think there's really any question there. I think it's interesting how well the teams played in non-conference competition because that kind of helps the RPI of everyone. So Walkertown and Carver specifically, getting those wins really helps out pretty much everybody in the conference. And you kind of have to become a fan of the other teams in your conference when it's non-conference play, because that can be the difference on whether you get into the playoffs or not. So kudos to Walkertown and Carver for kind of carrying it there.
Hey, man, I don't think that second spot, though, in the conference is settled yet.
No, I mean, and I got to say, I figure it's going to more than likely end up in a tie. Where Rockingham and Walkertown didn't get to go head to head. I think they both finished one loss and tied for second.
That's kind of how the
Sorry,
Cards
Moorhead,
played,
but I've got to favor Rockingham in that game. They've been hot these last few weeks. Shut out a high-powered Carver offense, and I gotta say they're the favorite this week. And they got the last week as a bye week, so this is the end of their regular season tomorrow.
I don't have any mascot heads, but not so fast, my friend, in honor of League Corso. We'll break it down even further, but that's what they said for Moorhead against McMichael too, didn't they? Hey, talking of hot teams, I know they struggled against Reedsville, but Moorhead is starting to build. I think it's going to be a good game. We're going to break that down coming up here in just a bit. David, who do you think of these playoff or of this conference top teams? Who are the pretenders? Who are the contenders? Who are the team? We know Reedsville, Walkertown. I think Rockingham County. I think there are 4 teams in this that could win a first round playoff game. More than likely, you're looking at every single team as we bring that graphic back up. Yeah. Every single team, you've got Walkertown, Rockingham County, Reedsville, Carver, Moorhead, and McMichael all are qualified for the playoffs if the playoffs were to happen today.
I tell you what, I think both of these games that are getting ready to come up tomorrow night, I mean, you got McMichael against BY. That's a must-win game for McMichael. I mean, they need, regardless of what happens October, that does not matter. That's irrelevant. That's going to help their RPI win or lose. Doesn't matter. But you have to beat BY. If you want to stick around and stay in the playoffs, you've got to win that game come Friday. So whatever you got to do to win it, you've got to come out with some wrinkles. You got to come out with some different kinds of defenses. I mean, you got to come out with everything you got against BY tomorrow. I haven't got to see him personally. Me and Joe haven't got to see him personally. I know Jay and Jonathan, seen them a couple of games. I know they spread the ball out. They love to sling the ball around for sure. I think you got to win that game tomorrow. And I think I'm going to tell you, like Joe said, I think Moorhead is really building something for the future. I really think they are. You know, it took them a little bit to get going, but I think they're starting to find their pieces. You found your quarterback in Will Gord. He's just a freshman. He's got 3 years to go. You found some pieces on the outside. You found your run game because you know McCants loves a good run game. He loves a good heavy run game at that. You found that. I think he's going to bring some wrinkles in there on top of that against Rockingham. So don't expect just to see that high. It's going to be some ground game. It really will, Joe. But I'm telling you, McCants gets sneaky when it comes to games that he wants to win. He finds some things that you're like, oh, well, maybe this might work. We might run this trick play. We might run that. Be prepared. But as far as contenders and pretenders, I mean, Walkertown is coming on at the right time. Man, the game last week, the athletes that they got, I think they can honestly make a deep run. And they got a shot. They really do. I think Rockingham, I think they can win a couple of ball games going into the playoffs, man. They always got a stout defense, man. They're still, you know, they still got to find the offensive rhythm, I think. It's there. They've got a great quarterback in Luke Strittmatter. He really reminds me of a quarterback we seen a couple years ago, little Tim Tebow. Man, what a quarterback. But, you know, they've got a good run game. They've got a great defense as well. Carver, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I guess we'll have to talk about that podcast another time. But yeah, I mean, Carver, I mean, they've come on pretty strong. I think, you know, a major win a couple of weeks ago. I mean, they've scored some points. I think Moorhead, you know, I really think all four schools are going to make the playoffs. I really think so. I think when it comes down to it, I think Moorhead, McMichael, Rockingham, Reidsville for sure make the playoffs. I think with the way Reidsville's playing defense right now, man, but you got to stay humble. Whatever you do, what's that saying that Deontay and them say? Humble over hype. Stay humble because you never know when there's going to be a tough run game come in. And if I'm Reidsville, I'm going to watch that East Rutherford game until I'm sick of it, until I'm absolutely sick of it. But I think it's some really good contenders in our conference. I really think so. And I think at least 2 or 3 teams that's got a shot to go deep.
Yeah, I mean, you got to throw a shout out to Walkertown. That 3A is an absolutely monstrous division with Mount Airy, Mountain Heritage, Shelby. You know, they got some great teams in that 3A, and that 5A is not a slouch either.
Yeah.
Crest, I can't remember, Hickory's 5 or 6A. Just some ridiculous talent at 5A. And it's going to be a tough road for anybody in either of those divisions. And, you know, with what Reidsville's got to contend with at 4A, Brevard, you know, there's a few good teams in that 4A too.
Yeah.
Hey, I went to school for marketing, but DW just gave me the best idea of all time for a Roco Radio shirt. Stay humble. Don't let the cookie crumble.
Oh, I like that. There you go.
Jay didn't like it. Do you see that face?
I know.
Jay
No,
even, he viscerally moved his head back. That
I was trying to think. I don't
get the
remember
Ramey
David
stamp
saying,
of
"Don't
approval."
let the cookie crumble," but okay. I guess that's what.
Listen, he's
How
half
did
and
the
I'm
idea
half.
come from him?
I don't let cookies crumble, Jay. I just eat them.
He said, "Stay humble," and I, in my head came with a slant rhyme with crumble and humble. You know.
Oh, well, rhyming. I like broadcasters that rhyme. Yes.
You know, if he takes that Detroit Lions hat off, he might could think a little bit better. That's what it is.
Oh my
Probably
gosh.
not. Let's be honest. It ain't the hat, David. It's what's underneath it. Let's continue talking about those playoffs before we get off topic. I want to break down a little bit the projections from high school overtime. We'll start with Rockingham County in 5A. They're ranked 26th in the RPI. High school overtime projects a 13th seed in the East, and they'll host 20-seeded Montgomery Central in the first round if the playoffs were to end today. Now, high school overtime's projections are spot on, especially now in this new RPI system. They're going to be there's some issues people have with the RPI or the playoff brackets not being determined until Monday, but high school overtime is pretty much going to have it nailed down. Moorhead in the 4A East is number 43 in the 4A, but in the East, they'd be the 20th seed. They'd travel to 13th seeded North Pitt, and the winner would face number 4 Randleman in the second round. In the 4A East, Reidsville would have a bye. They're the number 2 team in the RPI. They'd face the winner of 16 Nash Central and 17 James Matthews in the second round. Carver in the 4A East would be the 10th seed. Do you guys believe that?
Wow.
The 10th seed, based off of their RPI in the 4A East, they would face number 23 Cummings. McMichael would be the number 43. They're the number 43 ranked team in the RPI in the 3A. They'd be the 21 seed in the West. They would travel to Owen to take on the War Horses in Black Mountain, North Carolina, on the road. And Walkertown would be the 7th seed in the West in the 3A. They would get a bye in the first round. They'd face the winner of number 10 West Davidson and number 23 East Davidson. That's if the playoffs ended today. So want to break that down a little bit. It is cool, though. We're going to have this discussion. It's maybe more of an off-season discussion, but I'll throw it out there for a couple 1-2-liners. I know Jay's been punching the calculator. He's been trying to figure out. He is our mathematician when it comes to this.
Yes.
So I would love to hear from him on his thoughts. So we'll start with him. Your overall thoughts on how the RPI is working thus far in its first year under this equation.
Okay, well, number one, if they're going to do it, at least get it right. So McMichael, their opponent's win percentage is wrong in the RPI. They're a little bit undervalued. I don't remember the exact number, but for some reason it's got them at 47% or so for their opponent's win percentage, and their opponents have a combined winning record. And I'm not exactly sure why that's the case, but we saw it with Reidsville earlier this year, where we thought, they're not going to count the GW game because they're from Virginia, and then later that week they counted it. So I mean, it's a good thing to be undervalued than overvalued, but McMichael should be up just a little bit, and that makes a difference if you're ranked 43rd. Another thing, I don't like that your win percentage is valued as much as your opponent's win percentage. I think that it should be favored even just a little bit to the win percentage side, even if it's just 0.41 to 0.39, just to make it feel like winning is more important than your opponent's record, because you have no control over your opponent's record at all. If Carver goes out there and goes 0-4 in their non-conference games, you don't control that, and you still have to play them, and they're not giving them a strength of victory. Like beating the team that did great is more impressive or weighted more. No, it's just the fact that you played them. So I don't really like that we can go ahead and go in, and basically once the non-conference games are over, we can calculate what like the combined opposing win percentage would be for our teams. And then we've got to keep up with like 9 other teams and what they're doing to see what goes on in the playoffs. And I mean, I agree to an extent that it should be factored in. I just wish win percentage was valued at even a 50% rate, because that's what you can control, and you can't control the other things.
So for those listening, break it down for everybody and how it is broke down. If you
so they take 0.4 times your win percentage plus 0.4 times your opponent's combined win percentage plus 0.2 times your opponent's win percentage. So they do your wins and losses matter for 40% of it, and then 40% of it is how your opponents have done in all of their games combined. And then they also factor in the strength of your opponent's opponents. And it makes sense for the most part. I agree that all of those things should be factored in. I just disagree with the weighting and the scale of it.
And they did make the adjustment because it wasn't even at one point. I think it was, I don't know if opponent's win percentage was, I don't remember what it was last year, but so 40%, and 20%. I think that our areas are going to be a good test case for this RPI setup, because we have teams in every division besides 2A and the higher ones, which are going to be different than any of the other ones anyways, because there's less participants in those divisions. We have a team in 1A in Bethany Community. We have a team in 3A. We have 2 teams in 4A and a team in 5A. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think Carver is going to be the ultimate test case in RPI this year. I think just looking at what they are as a team and where they're ranked now compared to where they are at the end of the season might be the true tale sign of if this is working right. At least it'll be one of the test cases that I think people should look at.
Yeah, the Carver, they got hurt by their non-conference schedule. They're 6-2 overall, and their RPI is way lower just on account of their non-conference slate was a bunch of winless teams, basically. And, that's why I agree with Jay in that your own wins should be more heavily weighted than your opponent's winning percentage. I would prefer like a 45-35 split, somewhere in that neighborhood. Make the wins mean more.
And I'll add to that, Hatley. You talk about, their non-conference. When we done Reidsville and Carver, and I had that good fish sandwich, man. I'm gonna tell you that fish sandwich was phenomenal.
Oh, it was amazing.
So, that's one of the things that I really looked at when Reidsville, went down to Carver and played them. You
the fish sandwich?
out, huh?
You were looking at the fish sandwich?
We're always looking at the fish sandwich. We're putting it down the pie hole.
Amazing. It was amazing, Jay. I'm telling you. But you got to get the slaw.
Oh, my gosh. I almost dropped my
Texas
phone.
Pete.
But, as you were saying, Hatley, that's one of the things I really wrote down, I wanted to really take a good look at because, they had a 1-4 Parkland. Then they had Winston-Salem Academy, which was 0-5. They had Norfolk Site, which was 1-4. They had College Prep 0-4. They had, Moorhead was 0-5 at the time. So their combined record through those first couple of games that they were playing non-conference was 2-18. And, when I went in there and, we knew it was going to happen. We seen it. We talk about this pregame. We know what's going to happen kind of before the game gets started. We kind of know. But as you were saying, man, their non-conference was not, but they're right there in the mix. That's the thing about it, though. As far as RPI goes, it's something else. Like Joe said, let's just keep it real. You can breathe. As long as you got a pulse, you're in the playoffs. It's just the thing about it. But the thing about it is, too, some of these teams that are going to be at the bottom, working their way up, do they even play these games? Do they even say, well, we're not just going to waste our time? And what's that? As being a coach, I don't like that. You want these kids that have not been in the playoffs to get to experience being in the playoff. It doesn't matter who you play. Me doing this job personally, I love traveling from stadium to stadium and seeing new venues. As a player, you would want to see that. You would want to play some of the best.
As long as Dex isn't driving.
As long as who? As long as
Dex isn't driving.
Oh yeah. Because then you'll never make it. You're going 35 on a 65. But yeah, man. Are we going to see some of these bottom of the barrel teams play in these playoff games? Or are they just going to opt out like they have in the past recent years?
The thing that I think, and there's no perfect system to this, it's to me, but with the RPI and the reason I think behind why it's 40-40-20 is if you start doing 50 or 60, then 40 or 30-10, whatever you decide to do, you're going to have a bunch of one-win teams that you don't know how to handle it because the winning percentages in these divisions, it's not as even as it should be. Most of these, at least for 3A, 4A, 5A, which I look at closely, you've got a bunch of undefeated 1-win, 2-loss teams. You got a good amount of 5-5, 6 or 5-6 win teams, maybe a 4-win team, and then it's everybody else.
Yeah.
And so if you factor in win percentage in that, maybe it balances out, but I can also see where it becomes an issue too. So I don't know how you figure it out. I think that.
You got to shorten. I feel like you got to shorten the teams, honestly.
I think the bye system helps though, because rather than having a 32 team play a one team in the first round,
you're
going to see a 48 team play a 9 team. And it stands to be a little bit more competitive, possibly. On paper, they should still get beat.
Well,
but, maybe you don't see these 70-0 first round games and stuff like that.
Well, no, you're just adding around. So I think the first round is still the first round. The round of 32 is the first round, and then the round of 48 is like a preliminary round. That's like a qualifying round to me. And also, it would also fix the problem that David was talking about. Teams wouldn't skip the first round of the playoffs if it didn't just feel like another week.
Yeah.
Oh, this is week 12. I guess we're playing, unless we're one of the 11 worst teams in our entire classification. If there's 32 teams, it's actually an accomplishment, number one. And number two, I feel like the bye week, there's certain teams it can harm. So if you're the number one seed and you've really been on a roll, like Steve Tapley said, he didn't want Mid-Michael to have any bye weeks. And if Rockingham County was one of the top 16 teams, they'd be facing a double bye because of their last week. And I think one of the reasons the Packers didn't win Super Bowls in the 20s with Aaron Rodgers is because those bye weeks seemed to hurt him. I think he said something about it. I think, yeah, it was the Lions that stopped him. But I wish my Cowboys had stopped him. But overall, I think the bye week can hurt. I think 32. I just like that number of kind of halfway. There's 59 or 60 teams each classification. If you're one of the top 32, it's an accomplishment, and they deserve the reward of playing in the playoffs. But if you're a 1-win team, I don't think you should be in. I don't think there's a good argument for it.
No, there's really no argument for it. And then I've also heard too, I'm not going to mention, but some of these schools, sometimes you just can't afford it. You can't afford for these travel situations. You can't afford to get these tour buses to travel from, let's just say, for instance, from Stoneville, North Carolina, all the way down to Carolina Beach to play, Croatan or any of these teams, across North Carolina. It gets a lot taxing for some of these schools. We're in Rockingham County, man. These schools are hurting for some money. We really need to focus a lot on education, but that's a whole nother story. But, it just – and I get they don't want to play, but at the same time, man, you got people that can really help too at the same time, to bring in some money for these kids to be able to enjoy a playoff game. Because, once you get our age and, older, you're going to remember stuff like that. Even if it was just that one playoff game, man, you're going to remember. But honestly, I think, man, you got to shorten the teams. Take the top 15. Take whatever you think is best and roll with it. That's just me. Like you said, a one-win team. No, you shouldn't be in the playoffs. Just shouldn't.
Let's break down these games a little bit further here in just a second. But first, I want to go to the comments. We got Big Will in the comments. What's good, fellas? He says the buzz saw. Glad to have you in, Big Will. Monica's here. Melita's here. Jerome says Walkertown will remedy Carver's RPI after tomorrow, in my opinion.
Not all the way. Carver had the worst RPI opponent's win percentage in the entire 3A for most of the season. So it would do a little bit, but I don't think it would fix it completely.
I agree. I see where Jerome's coming from, and I agree.
I agree that Walkertown's going to win that one with a running clock.
Yeah. After watching Walkertown last week, and we touched on it.
Yeah, man.
That is a 3A favorite that nobody's talking about and should be talking about a little bit more. I know, I get it. 3A is a gauntlet. I get it. But the talent that we were talking about on the broadcast, you take away their fastest receiver, they'll beat you on the ground. You take away their ground game, they'll find their slot receiver, and he'll burn you. You take away the slot receiver, they'll go to Amari Mitchell, who can do a little bit of everything on offense. You shut down their offense. Their defense is very fast and has one of the best defensive players in the state in Camryon Cartledge. And Jarrell Crawford is doing a great job in the pocket. We had talked that he'd struggled a little bit throwing on the run with his accuracy, but he showed against McMichael on the run and on the move. That's not a problem. So they've got many different ways to beat you. I like that Walkertown's heading, but the RPI, I still, we'll talk about one I know, then we'll get away from it. Sorry, guys. But Carver at number 10 in the RPI in the 4A, they'll take on 3A Walkertown. And then they'll take on Bartlett Yancey. So those two games are going to balance out RPI-wise. So I see them probably finishing in the top 12 seed-wise in the 4A.
Yeah.
So.
Well, also, when you have we're going to keep going with this. I'm sorry. But it doesn't really balance it out. It actually improves it. Like if you combine Walkertown and BY's record, it would be like 500. Well, if your opponent's win percentage is 30% and you get 50% in those final two games, then it actually improve it. So
Yeah.
Carver could move up a little bit.
Yeah, they could, but I anticipate everybody else is going to move up too. That's
Yeah.
why I think they'll probably stay where they are. But we'll see the brackets, bracketology, all that fun stuff coming up. We got more to talk about that in the next upcoming weeks. But let's talk about these games coming up. We'll start with Bartlett, Yancey, and McMichael. Jay Ramey, Jonathan Hatley on the call with the pregame show, 6:30 p.m. on RocoRadio.com, as well as on our Substack page, RocoRadioSports.substack.com, and on YouTube. Hey, shout out. If you aren't following us on YouTube or Facebook, could you please help us? We're at 1,480 followers on Facebook, just about to 1,500, and we just eclipsed 250 subscribers on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe by searching for Roco Radio on those two platforms. But let's start with Bartlett, Yancey, and McMichael. I'll start with your analysis. Hatman, what are your thoughts going into this game? What are you looking forward to? What do you think might be the difference?
Well, when McMichael's on, that offense, when it's clicking, it's dangerous. It can put up a lot of yards. It can put up a lot of points.
Agreed.
When Kytart's accurate and Jaquise Burnham, Braden Dalton, those guys are catching the ball, running with it. When Aiden Curry's running like an angry toddler, they've got some talent. And BY is the team that has struggled in the games that we've watched. I watched them play Moorhead. I watched them play Rockingham. And they played a tight game with Moorhead. That was before Moorhead really started finding their feet a little bit. That was when things started to click a little bit for them. I think if they went back and played that game now with where Moorhead is and where BY is, Moorhead would win it in a little bit more of a runaway. It'd be more of a 1-point game. And I watched Rockingham just absolutely, completely shut them down for an entire half of football. And then the second half, running clock, basically mop-up time. They put up a couple of touchdowns that didn't mean anything ultimately. BY, when they can put up some points and put up some yards throwing the ball around. But defensive backs are going to make the difference in that game, I think. I like Jaquise Vernon and Braden Dalton in that defensive backfield. And I think they can cover those BY receivers. And I don't know that BY's defensive backs have got the speed and the talent to keep up with McMichael's receiving as long as Kytart's arm is accurate.
So I think it comes down to the run game, personally. I think it's ready, set, fight. It might be the difference in that one, Jay.
So, yeah, I think it would be the run game too. The benefit of being a team like McMichael, most of their games they passed it a little more heavily, but they're one of the most balanced teams you'll see at the high school level. And the benefit with that is you can go either way according to your opponent. And BY has given up double the rush yards that they have given up the pass yards. So I think McMichael's going to try to keep it on the ground. They've had trouble with throwing interceptions overall. They haven't won the turnover battle in a single game this year. So I think interceptions seem to be happening a lot more than fumbles. I think if you can get it to Aiden Curry without him getting tired out, obviously mix Braden Dalton, Jaquise Vernon, Trenton Leonard in there, all of them as well. But I think that they're going to lean more towards the run game, and that if they can do that, if they can avoid the fumbles, they can avoid the interceptions, and they kind of just stick to their game plan, I think that they'll come away with a win. But it's kind of a toss-up because there's so many weird similarities between these teams. They've scored the exact same amount of points. If you take their average points given up, they're within like 2 points of each other. If you look at their common opponents, they both have 1-point games against Moorhead. Bartlett Yancey, 54-15 against Rockingham. McMichael was 50-18 against Rockingham. That's an eerie similarity. They both gave up 700 points to Walkertown, got blown out. And those are all the common opponents that they've had. So both BY and McMichael seem to have so many just strange similarities. I think that it could go either way. They were both on losing streaks. Neither team has a conference win, kind of negative similarities, but it could go either way.
Jessica has a good point in the comments. Just got to stay healthy. Injuries kill our season every year. No second string. It definitely hurts. I mean, we've seen it every week for McMichael. It's a different name. Mm-hmm. It's a different player, a key player. But one thing that I mean, despite all these injuries, these guys bounce back. They play tough. They play hard. I mean, when it comes to a football game now, and you got two teams that are a little even now, you look at the records, you put it all on the board. I look at athletes. I'm about to preach to everybody. Number 7, Jaquise Vernon, game changer. Number 5, Braden Dalton, game changer. I see something. I'm feeling something now about this Friday night under the lights.
Hey, to her point, the reason I had to mention Aiden Curry as the one who's going to get the carries is because Nate Harris is injured. Can you imagine if he was back there too?
Oh, yeah, that's
they'd definitely be running the ball all over BY.
You guys didn't get to see. You guys didn't. Plus the offensive line, all the things that have happened to the offensive line, the injuries, and the untimely life things that have happened. But man, you guys didn't get to see Thunder and Lightning. David and I did.
I'm gonna tell you,
it would have been dangerous.
Even that loss against Wilkes Central, man. My goodness. Even like you said, Hatley, like when that offense is clicking, it's clicking. It got off to a slow start, but once they started firing on all cylinders, man, it looked good. It looked really good. And I'm thinking, oh, my goodness, man. But, you know, the injury bug got them. It could get anybody in football. It's a war of attrition each and every single game, especially when you get into conference play and you start beating each other up and McMichael starts playing the Moorheads and the Rockinghams and you play Reidsvilles. And, you know, it can happen with anybody. But, yeah, man, I think, and this is just me, I think it's going to be an air show, BY and McMichael. I think they're going to sling it around. It's going to go all night long. And Joe, if you look at this picture right here, Jay Hatley, up just a little bit more, Joe. Up just a little bit. Oh, right there, perfect.
It's so random.
Look at his face. Because he's afraid of heights. He does not like heights. When you see him walking up steps, man, oh man, it's terrible.
You really change subjects quick. Like,
I love the aerial attack of McMichael. That sad face is not about the Phoenix.
You want me to tell you who loved those pictures? Coach Tapley. He made sure to mention them pregame while we was talking to him at Walkertown, man. He loved them.
Hey, this is like an award now, folks. Now, this is an award. We got to stick it up. We got to stick it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just like that.
But I really
give out like the Fear of Heights trophy to whoever's the best quarterback in the county each year. I think they would fight for that.
But I really think, man, I think it's gonna be a slugfest on the air game. I think they're both gonna sling the ball around. They're gonna do what they do best, man. The one thing with Kai Tart, what I want him to do, man, if he sees the underneath stuff, Kai, take it, baby. Just take it. Take the underneath stuff. 5 yards is better than getting nothing. Take it 2 yards. Take the 3 yards. You want to take it 1 first down at a time. Pick up what you can on first down, even if it's 2 or 3. Then you're looking at a second down and 7. Make sure you watch your scenarios and watch, each play that you're going through. Well, I know I got to get 6 yards. Take the underneath stuff, man. I'm going to tell you, it's going to work out for you in the end. I love Kai Tart, man. I love his arm. He's a tough kid, dude. I mean, he can sling it around with the best. He can take the hits of the best. I mean, he's a great quarterback, and he's still got 1 more year. And,
he does so well when his offensive line gives him a little bit of time, too. Like, if the play develops, even when he gets hit, I'm not even saying when he has a ton of space and he can easily throw it. Just when the play develops, you can see him get hit right after the throw, and he makes the throw, as long as he has a couple of seconds for the play to actually develop downfield. That's
why I call him the magic man, man. He makes anything happen. He makes a bunch of stuff happen. But, again, it's the war of attrition. They've had a lot. They haven't had the same rotation since week 1, right, Joe? Mm-mm. As far as on the offensive line. It's been a different person each and every week trying to fill those positions and trying to find things. That can be tough, dude. If you ain't got an offensive line, you're not going to win nothing. You're just not.
And that O-line needs to play together. Links to a chain.
But I mean, they got to give them a chance to gel. and they haven't. They had since week 1, they haven't had the same offensive line since then. It just hasn't. But I think, man, I really think it's going to be, they're going to throw the ball around. It's going to be a slugfest in the air. McMichael comes away with this bad boy. No doubt in my mind.
And Rockingham gave the blueprint for BY. They blitzed all night. Running out of that 4-3, they just blitzed all night. And BY's, they just couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
I imagine that's going to be the same case tonight or this Friday because Moorhead had the same exact game plan. They had 7 sacks on the evening in that 1-point win. So I imagine that's what will be dialed up for BY. But Hatley, Ramey, tell us what BY brings to the table. What are they? What type of offense are they? What are they looking to do offensively?
Well, they've got that
a lot of different sets. I think we saw them in a couple of games. They'll go out there with 4 receiver set, then they'll go out there with a 5 receiver set. And it's kind of hard to figure out, what they're going to do each and every play. So that's something that McMichael's got to watch out for because a lot of the teams at the high school level, you can say, oh, well, they're probably going to run this in this situation. I think Bartlett Yancey throwing that variability into it. They haven't scored a whole lot of points, but I think that they have the ability to score a lot of points if they need to.
I think, man, there's some athletes down there at BY.
There is. That Tamondre Fike running out of the backfield. He's a dangerous back. He and that I can't remember the quarterback's name, and I don't have my notes in front of me. But Nunley Mayo. They run out of that read option pretty well out of the backfield, and they run a lot of spread formation stuff. But you've got to be aware of where Fike is. You almost need to put a spy on him because he broke off some big runs against Moorhead. That was basically what kept them in that game. Moorhead was big runs by Tamondre Fike. Now, they didn't have an answer for Rockingham. They just didn't. But Rockingham shut down the running game, shut down the pass game. It was just an ugly game on all fronts for the Buccaneers and a good win at home for the Cougars.
Breaking news into the comments. Breaking news from Pops Woods. He says, here we go. Brian Kelly to UNC.
Oh, no.
That's it. I'm logging off. I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this no more. I've already took my blood pressure medicine for the night. I'm not trying to get riled up. I'm tired of it.
Your blood pressure's still up from the fish sandwich.
Oh, it is, dude. It is. It is, man. God almighty.
It was worth it, though.
I told you. it was worth it.
Yep, if you're at Carver, get the fish sandwich.
I got a burger there, and it was great, too.
Oh, it was good food.
There you go. Walkertown fans, as we preview Walkertown and Carver, this is a matchup of 6-win teams. On paper, they're even in the overall record number, but as David alluded to, Hatley alluded to earlier, after seeing Walkertown do what they did last week, maybe they can surprise, but
it doesn't pass the eye test. It's like calling LeBron the GOAT over Jordan. It doesn't pass the eye test.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, of course, Ramey believes LeBron's the GOAT, so.
No, I don't. You sent us down a sidetrack, and then Joe tried to rile me up. No, Wembanyama's the GOAT after last night, so.
Oh, boy.
Because he passed the eye test. He might not have the rings yet, but Hatley said it's about the eye test. So,
okay, here it is for me. All right, wing T offense, run it. Meet number 9, Camryon Cartledge. I rather fly 1,200 feet in the air with a parachute and nothing else than face Camryon Cartledge on an ISO play. I would like to live. I have a better chance of living if I'm up in the air skydiving than I do facing Cartledge on an ISO.
How close is Cartledge to leading the state in tackles?
He's up
Dude's
there.
insane.
He's up there.
He's one of the best linebackers that I've seen at the high school level.
I think Walkertown needs the win more than Carver does too, because Carver's kind of done better in their record, I think, than they actually have done on the field. Meanwhile, Walkertown still has a lot to prove, even though they've won six games, right? 6-1, and they're ranked 14th in the 3A RPI, so they're still trying to vie for that bye week.
I've seen both of these teams. I paid close attention to both of these teams. I'm just going to keep it short and simple. Walkertown 60, Carver nothing. Let's just keep it short and simple.
But Carver beat McMichael 74-32. And McMichael lost to Walkertown 60-0. So it doesn't translate.
When you have receivers across the board that can run 4.4 speed, and I've seen this personally, when you have a quarterback that is absolutely phenomenal, when he's got a good pocket presence and he's got time to throw, and I mean he throws a beautiful deep ball. When you have thunder and lightning back there, especially with Cartlidge, and he takes off running, good. Who is stopping that man? Yeah, it's honestly, man, I 60-0 Walkertown. I think they steamroll Carver. I think they take care of business. And
I won't say 60-0, but I will say running clock.
Yeah, it's Walkertown is for real, man. They are for real.
We go to our comment reporter with the breakdown and analysis, Big Will. Walkertown by a lot. Big Will's got it nailed down.
Short and simple, baby. Short and simple. Get that buzz already.
So one more game to preview in the Mid-State Conference. Reidsville off this week. David and I will be in Eden, North Carolina for the Moorhead Panthers and the Rockingham County Cougars. Throw the records away. 4-4 for Rockingham, 2-6 for Moorhead, but it's a rivalry game. These games have been very close. It's been, I think, 4 of the last 5 have gone to Rockingham County over the last few years, but Moorhead leads this series overall and had some heck of a run. So we'll break that down on our podcast a little bit more tomorrow night. Join us on RocoRadio.com, on Facebook as well. Let's take a look at the numbers a little bit closely for Rockingham County. Last week against Carver, 39 carries, 224 yards, both that's second best on their season. 4 touchdowns tied for second best. They had 6 touchdowns on the ground earlier in the year, 5.7 yards per carry, just 4 for 5 in the air, 53 yards, but efficient in getting the job done to move the football. On the season, 250 carries, 1,094 yards, 4.4 per carry, 17 rushing touchdowns. On the season passing, 781 yards, 57 completions, 10 touchdowns, season highs in rushing against McMichael, passing against Southwest Guilford, tackles for loss against BY, sacks against Southwest Guilford, and interceptions against McMichael. This is offense that averages 12 passing plays per game and 31 rushing plays per game. But before we break down Rockingham County, holy Strit, the signal caller, Luke Strittmatter for the Cougars. He has been unbelievable this season on offense and on defense, but offensively especially. 54 for 93, 781 yards, 10 passing touchdowns, 111 rush attempts, 550 yards, and 11 rushing touchdowns. Here's the number for me, though, guys. Responsible for 1,331 of the team's 1,875 total yards on the season. That's 71% of their total yards. That tells you the story of Luke Strittmatter for Rockingham County and how valuable he is.
Yes, it does. And honestly, that offense starts with him. I mean, you have to agree that offense starts with him. They do a lot of read option. You know, they're going to run trips here and there, but I mean, there's going to be a lot of quarterback design run. Man, but that defense, I get it. Strittmatter, you're the man. I get it. But at the same time, you got Malachi Bryant on the defensive side. You got Taylor, who was my dark horse, number 59. He's got 12 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, 1 fumble recovery. I mean, this team defensively is always good under, Coach Mike Jebla. He's always great, man. He always has them 11 hats to the football. They're great pursuit. The linebacking is great. You got Dela Cruz, Strittmatter, Upchurch, Perez, Dillard, James Thomas, who is another one. Rakestraw. I mean, you name it across the board, man. Defensively, they're great. I think.
And Isley's really stepped up this season too on that defensive side.
And he's got 25 tackles on the year.
And his coverage in the pass game,
Yep.
few interceptions. He really he wasn't a name that I was familiar with before the season, but got to know it through these games. And I'll tell you, that kid's a player.
All the stats on that graphic, very impressive for strip matter. But the thing you can't put on a graphic is his leadership ability. I think he's just an easy guy to rally around. He seems likable. He told me over the summer, I did an interview, and he was talking about how he really wanted to step up leadership-wise. And you can tell, even if you're not on the field, that they just kind of seem to rally around him when he's quarterbacking the offense.
It runs in the strip miner family. Nothing but great leaders. All across the board. Mom, dad, sister, brother. It runs in the family.
Yeah, it definitely does. And it's also Hogs up front.
Mm-hmm.
The Hogs up front are doing a great job this year.
Absolutely.
For me, what stands out about Rockingham County, and probably my second favorite player, well, maybe the guys in Reedsville, Anthony Pio and Cadence Pruitt and Kendra Harrison are fun to watch defensively. Camryon Cartledge is my favorite player I've watched defensively this year. Right alongside him is Malachi Bryant at linebacker. And just his sideline-to-sideline speed combined with his talent at the position and understanding of the position as it continues to grow as a young player. I can't wait to see what he is doing as a senior. Like, that's where I look ahead.
And, this year with his numbers, man, he's got 36 solo tackles. He's got 64 total tackles, 3 sacks, and an interception. A ball hawk. He's all over the place. Full steam ahead. He's going to hit the gaps when it's a run game. He's going to be right there when it's in the pass game, man. He's absolutely amazing.
David, your thoughts on offense for Rockingham County.
Mm-hmm.
Can they lean on what they've been doing? Obviously, it worked against a 6-win team last week in Carver, but do they have to mix things up offensively against Moorhead?
I feel like in any offense you have to well, I mean, if you're going up against Moorhead, I think, you still have to mix things up. You always have to mix things up, regardless of who you're playing, because you're playing against a good rivalry game. And you talked about close games, man. That's one of the things I had written down. You talk about last year, there was a 13-7 game. And Rockingham was a good playoff team going in last year. That DeQuay Matthews punt return or kickoff return, I remember that. I mean, it was a physical football game. The year before, Rockingham won it 22-20. And the year before that, Moorhead won 41-21. Then they didn't have a game during COVID. Then Rockingham won 16-15 and 20 and 21. And then Moorhead took the next 2 and Rockingham the next one after that. I mean, it's a back and forth. So I feel like, you have to have what works. Don't get me wrong. You're going to have your inside zones. You're going to have your quarterback design runs. I mean, you're going to come out in a heavy set tight end package at the same time. That's just what they do. That's their mentality. That's their game. That's what Coach Robertson loves. He loves a good power run game. But, you do have to mix it up some because McCants wants this one. He wants this ball game. I hate to say it, McCants. I'm sorry, buddy. He hadn't beat Rockingham yet. He wants that. And out there at Moorhead, you want to beat the McMichaels and your inner squad guys, Rockingham and Reedsville if you can too. But he's going to want this one. So he's going to bring everything he's got against Moorhead come tomorrow or against Rockingham come tomorrow. And I'm telling you, you're going to see some stuff that's probably going to get you. And it's going to be some trick plays. It's going to be a few things, I think, in there under their sleeve. So I'm sorry, McCants, if I called out the script. I'm sorry. But, yeah, it's going to be a fun game tomorrow for sure.
These Moorhead Panthers this season 2-6, but 2-2 in the Mid-State Conference, 903 yards on the ground, averaging just under 3.5 per carry, 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. Season highs, 211 yards against Bartlett Yancey running the ball, with Kamari Giles having a decent game, and Janunse Perkins, his biggest game of the season with a huge touchdown in that one. 48 yards passing, their high against Carver and Cummings. 7 tackles for loss, their high against McMichael, and 7 sacks against McMichael. I think defensively, David, they're going to have to go to that game plan of being aggressive defensively with Brock Blizzard and leading the way. But the talent's coming together. The backfield is strong. You got 3 guys back there that can run the football. They found some really good blocking up front with the young offensive line, but it's really helped switching and having 2 veteran leaders as up backs in Jalen Lowe Wright as well as Marquise Barber up there, and that has made a difference for them. This is where it's fun for me. We love the nerdy stuff. This is the first matchup all time between Tony McCants and Doug Robertson. That could be fun.
Absolutely.
That's surprising.
You got 2 great-minded coaches, man, who can switch it up on you in a heartbeat, and they're both alike. They're very similar. They're especially on the offensive side, man. They both love a good power game. You got, like I said, similarities. You got Rockingham, who's averaging 136 yards per game on the ground. You got Moorhead, who's averaging 112 yards on the ground. You got Moorhead coming in here with 15 and a half sacks, 4 interceptions. You got Rockingham coming in with 10 sacks, 13 interceptions. I mean, it's going to be a run heavy. I don't expect a whole lot of passing. I really don't. There's going to be some things to where both teams have to mix it up, because when you got Malachi Bryan on one end and you got Brock Blizzard on the other end at linebacker, they're going to bring it. They're going to bring the pressure. They're going to bring the blitz, and you're going to have to throw the football. You really will. You're going to have to, because they're going to try to clog up those lanes to where these inside zones or off tackle stuff they can't get in there and get the positive yardage. So it's going to be, telling you, Joe, I think this is going to be a barn burner tomorrow, man. We're going to come in and it's going to be a low scoring game, a lot of running, and it might come down to who has the ball last. It might not. We'll see. It's just what rivalries are about. Well, you don't ever know what's going to happen.
That's a final look at our previews here on the local Gridiron as we get you ready for Week 10 of the football season. Before we head out of here, let's go back to the comments for some questions and some thoughts. We'll start with Big Will. What about that Rockingham-Walkertown game not being played? Will it affect playoff seeding even though they're in different classifications? My overall thoughts on that, it might affect seeding. I don't know how big of an effect it will have. Minuscule, I think, because Walkertown's going to end up, no matter what, Walkertown's going to end up with a bye. The only difference could be if Rockingham won that game, they would be hosting a playoff game instead of being on that teeter-totter line of hosting or being on the road in the first round.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
it would improve their
RPIs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
both
but
actually,
At the end of the day, I don't know if it would actually make a difference, though. It might
make a difference in 1 or 2 spots in the season.
Yeah, I'd say 2 at most, maybe.
Yeah. And I hate that we got cheated out of seeing that game. I think it would have been a good one.
Sometimes the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes, okay?
The weather, but you know what I mean.
Oh, Garth Brooks making his way to the local Gridiron here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Big Will says, I actually wanted to see that one. Me too. I think that would have been a clash of great coaching and a clash of 2 different offensive styles, and which one would have won the game.
Me and Hatley have said it like 7 times, but that would have been a really telling game. Like, we'd have a lot more to go off of going into these games for Rockingham against Moorhead and for Walkertown against Carver. We'd know a lot more about these teams if that game would have been played.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, who's NC got this week?
Can I just go to bed?
Hey, you don't have to answer that, but I bet you they'll have more offense than Air Force.
They have.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
no, on the ground they won't.
I'm glad you went that way this time. They have the University of Virginia, number 18.
Oh, snap!
Tony Elliott. I don't know what to expect anymore. I really don't. They look better against Cal. Do I still think Bill Belichick is the right man for the job? No, I don't. James Franklin, please. Let me get James Franklin. That's all I want right now. I'm not.
Why would he take that job?
Just listen to the last podcast or the last game that we broadcast at halftime between, hour and 50 minutes in. and you'll find out the rest of why I told you. But
it seems the only thing that Bill Belichick does good these days is rocking the cradle. I mean, it's to that
rocking
point.
or robbing.
It is to that point where I watched the Cal game. We get home from Walkertown. David pulls in. I get out. I get all the gear out. I'm organizing the gear. I'm watching this Cal game. I'm feeling there's some type of chance. I watch all the way to the end, to the 3-minute mark. I stay up for some dumb reason to watch the catch that wasn't a catch, that never was going to be a catch, that was perfectly defines the Bill Belichick era at UNC right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. So you must have saw something completely different. Because the first play, I turned it on, and I'm listening to it on the radio. First possession, first play of the game. Oh, yeah, UNC fumble. Okay. Cal gets it back. First touchdown. I text Joe. I'm going to bed. I'm not watching this.
It calmed down after that. It balanced out a little bit after
yes,
that.
because I went to bed. Every time I listen to it or every time I watch it, look what happens. It goes into a complete chaos. I went to the one for Clemson in Carolina. Look what happened to that. It was terrible. It was 28-0 in the first quarter. How do you get beat on a double pass that you seen the week before against Central Florida? And you had a bye week to prepare.
Let me show you how
man.
Joe just
show
reached
you a
for something, so
demonstration
this is
here.
going to hurt you, man.
Let me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I thought it was about to get real serious.
Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
Here, let me make an emphatic point right here, and then it just magically zooms in. Yeah, I'm sure you did that on accident, Joe.
That head is about as big as the screen is. Good.
Dramatic
My
effect.
head's about to send everybody into orbit. How big it is there? Holy moly! So you can't win, but you can win Candy Crush. And you're on the sidelines, on your tablet, pushing buttons, looking at stuff. Your tablet. He don't got Apple because he's a Microsoft Surface guy, but with the tablet,
He's the. I'm telling
dialing
you,
it up.
y'all. I pay attention to the details. I really pay attention to the sidelines. As a color commentator, I have to take a look at everything. I have to watch Dan Lanning come into McMichael and sit down, and nobody sees it except for me. I have to see this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, whoa.
How about 12 players on the field? Because Hatley did not do good with that.
Oh yeah, Ramey did though that game.
Hey, I completely missed that one.
I thought I was like, nobody here is reacting. Nobody in the press box, nobody in the stands, and they can hear us a little bit because the window's open. None of Rockingham coaches, none of their players. The only people who noticed were me and the Reedsville 12th man who started to run off the field. And I decided to quit on the point because I was like, man, I'm going to go back and watch this on NFHS and feel like an idiot.
Listen, David, you said you were the first to see him sit down. No, you saw him in the parking lot. He wasn't even in the building yet. You're, that's Dan Lanning. I'm like,
That's my job. That's why you pay me the big bucks, Joe Dexter. That's why you pay me the money to come in and analyze and look at every single thing. Because when you go, I'm telling you guys, I want
got spies in the parking lot
this weekend. And from the time you wake up, you eat your Cheerios, you eat your Frosted Flakes, whatever cereal that may be. I don't know. What do you eat, Ramey? You eat your Fruity Pebbles. Hatley, do you eat your Cheerios without the honey nut? It's the regular.
I'm an old man. I eat oatmeal.
I was going to say,
okay.
knowing Hatley probably
Raisin
eats metal shavings.
So the time you wake up and you're watching college game day till the 12 o'clock game until the 10:30 game, you watch each individual coach from these different teams. It could be Ohio State. It could be Kirk Signetti. It could be Dan Lanning at nighttime. Do you see any of these coaches on their tablets? You see them physically coaching. 3/4 of the game that I was at Clemson, this old man was on the sidelines on InstaChat. That's what he calls it because he don't really know what the heck is going on. He's either Snapchatting Jordan, doing something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not paying attention to the game. He's probably on Candy Crush. He probably is. I don't know. But you pay attention to these games and you really watch these coaches seriously. They're out there physically with their players. Hey, if you throw a pick, bring him over. Hey, this is what you did wrong. Do you see Belichick doing? I sure don't. If you do, please send me a video and show me that, hey, he's doing this, because I don't.
Plot twist, David. It's not even on. He's using it as a mirror to practice looking mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
He pulls it up. He's on the sidelines. Oh, that play didn't go well, but I just made $1 million on it.
And he did. He does. I mean, he's going to get the big. I personally would go to any college right now and want to be a college coach. I could go 0-24, 2 years straight. I'm a $40 million man. I'm going to Costa Rica. I'm going to wherever. I'm going to sip on a nice little fruity drink and relax.
No, that's not. No.
At $40 million. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, Josh Pate brought this up the other day.
Yeah.
When people were like, oh, if I got this $50 million buyout, then, I'd be happy. I wouldn't be complaining. Josh Pate said it best. The type of people who would be happy with the $50 million are not the true competitors who would make the $50 million in the first place. So that's just
I don't know
how
about
it
that.
works.
I will have to disagree with that.
Oh, hold on.
Check out Ed Ogeron. What is that man doing?
Hey.
What is that man doing? Absolutely nothing. And
He's sitting on his butt talking like Farmer Brand still.
Where is he
I
at
also
9
think
times out of 10 when you see him? He's at the beach getting his tan on.
and something else.
Well,
on it,
okay,
but that's
look,
a different story
if
for
I
another
told
day.
you got $50 million to retire and do nothing,
Yeah.
you don't think it'd be fun to be a college football coach for like a year? Like, what if you really enjoyed it?
Oh, I mean, I would love to be a college football coach. Really, don't get me wrong. I would probably get fired in my second year.
Yeah, but even if you had to do it for free, or like for the same amount of money you make now, wouldn't you enjoy it?
I mean, I would enjoy it, yeah, because I love college football. But at the same time, these coaches, you look at Jimbo. How long has it been since he's coached since he got fired at Texas A&M?
A
4
hot
years.
minute.
A hot minute. And he had the highest buyout at $70 million and hasn't done nothing but just chill. He was quiet. He went dead. He's got his own podcast.
He's watching film, man.
He's working with the ACC network. He ain't doing nothing.
I agree with both of you guys, and here's what I mean. I think you got to take a year or something to step back and reset, recalibrate, and then that hunger comes back, and then you find a job. But James Franklin's going to be on a sideline winning a national championship, supposedly. That's what he said on College Game Day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he goes to Pittsburgh or UNC, is that championship coming in the next 10 years? Probably
Hey, the way
not.
Air Force looks, they need to fire Calhoun and go after him.
I tell you what, I think it's going to come down to James Franklin. I think there's going to be more coaches that are going to get fired. I think here's my sleeper. I think there's going to be another Beamer in Virginia Tech.
So Shane leaves South Carolina and goes to BT.
I think with that last press conference that I watched, he got absolutely aggravated with one of those reporters. And what happens when a coach is normally aggravated? It's not looking good, boys. I think he ends up at Virginia Tech. I really do.
Hey, Big Will says give Bill a year. He'll get them right.
Big Will, I'm telling you, I'm hoping, I'm praying. I really do, because Big Will, you know as better as I know, we've seen some ugly football in Chapel Hill. I mean, when you go to the Larry Fedora's run, screen pass, punt, we've seen that. We've seen some John Bunning. I mean, let's not talk about the team that he inherited with Julius Peppers, where he beat Auburn and finished 8-5. That was not his team. No, it's the team after the 3-9s. So we'll see. I'm always hopeful for Carolina.
At least Belichick's not ruining the reputation.
Ramey, I agree. I mean, I just he will. So after Belichick is fired, he will never get another job, guaranteed.
Well,
There's
he's also
no way.
in his 70s, so like
There's no way. But there is that one team like the Jets that would probably take a chance on him.
The thing I'll say about Belichick is everybody talked about Brady being a system quarterback. Brady was the system.
True. But the thing I will admit,
Because he couldn't do anything since.
Well, and I agree with that. I really do. I promise you I agree with that. But at the same time, I give it to Belichick too. He always had a good eye of finding people like Brady, because he found Brady when nobody else definitely didn't want him. He was Mr.
Yeah, Wes Welker,
He was the
Danny
last.
Amendola.
He found him. And I mean, when you look at Brady and his pre-workouts and his combine, oh my goodness, the dad bod that he had. What in the world was that? There was no way that he was ever going to be a starting quarterback looking like that. No
He's
way.
out there built like David Woods.
But yes, absolutely. Eating fish sandwiches nonstop with hot sauce on them. Yes. But I'm saying, man, like he always had a great eye. And that's what I was so hopeful about, was when he got those 70 new players. Did I think they were going to gel right up front? Absolutely not. Even a Hall of Fame coach couldn't get them 70 players to gel. It's going to take some time. But I was hopeful in those 70 players that, okay, maybe he found some pieces that can fix this defense. Maybe
there's one. Maybe there's one player. Maybe there's one impact guy.
Well,
maybe just one.
That one guy that's impact in Dixon, he's suspended because he got extra benefits. So there goes
Come on down, Bo Atkinson to Ohio State. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you, Bill.
Wow.
Thank you.
And you wanted to give him, man, my blood pressure's through the roof. I need 3 blood pressure pills now. You wanted to pay this dude incentives. You didn't want to throw him the big money. What in the world was you doing? You can't tell me you was trying to get millions of dollars, if not billions, from Saudi Arabia, and you didn't want to keep the best player on defense and Bo Atkinson? Oh, my goodness.
Bo knows. Bo knows.
Hey, welcome to Service Academy football. There is no NIL.
Well,
yeah, think about Hatley's heart. Hatley had
There are no
Jario
expectations,
Cobb
though.
on campus in a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden, just like that, it's
Belichick scoops him up and then tosses him out like he's trash.
hey,
College
you know
football,
what?
it's a different
You
world.
know what, though? Good for Jario Cobb to be playing at UNC Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
He's going to get some playing time. That coach that they got down there for UNC Charlotte, he's going to build that team up. We've already seen that coach, Joe. We've already talked about that coach. We've took a look at him. We've seen him. He's a winner. UNC Charlotte's going to be competing in the next couple of years. And when Jario Cobb starts for the UNC Charlotte 49ers, we'll be there. We will be there. One way or another, we're going to be there.
Melita puts it very simple. Calm down.
He started it, Melita. He started it.
It's the local Gridiron here on Roadco Radio and roadcoradio.com. Michael in the comments, can't wait for baseball season to get started. We're looking forward to it. Let's go. We're ready for it. We're ready for it. We're ready for everything. We got basketball coming up. We got the playoffs. You can support us by following us on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Rockingham. We'll be having those basketball sponsorship rates out there pretty soon. We look forward to covering even more softball and baseball this year and spreading the wealth. It's been a lot of fun. We love the support. And as I mentioned, we're just about to 1,500 followers, just 20 away at the time of the start of this live stream. So if you would so kindly, unlike Bill Belichick, do something positive for our program and click like and follow.
Hey, you know what? You're missing the bigger picture, Joe. It's free. It's free. Hit the like button. It's free. You can listen to some great commentating by Jay Ramey and Jonathan Hatley. You can switch it over to me and Joe. You can go back and forth, and it's free. You don't pay nothing. If you would like to donate a little bit, you're more than welcome, but it's free. Everybody loves free, and they love good commentators. We got 4 of them across the board that are great. It's free.
And that's because of our wonderful sponsors, all of our great sponsors that support our football coverage this season: Penrose Car Wash, Two Rivers Plaza, Cooler Ice, and Core Compassionate Care, Circle Drive-In in Eden, as well as the team at River Lake Homes, LLC. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I think I got everybody there.
Carneades.
And Carneades of Reedsville with our out-of-town scoreboard. So,
and Tri-State Steel.
And Tri-State Steel in Reedsville. Yeah, we can't forget that. They're one of the hearts, man. We can't forget them. Thank you, Hatley, for the assist there. You picked up that puck and slammed it in the net. Thank you very much.
Those stars.
It's the local Gridiron here on Roadco Radio, roadcoradio.com. I cannot leave with Jay looking at me like that because he wants to say something.
No, you said pick up the puck and slam it in the net?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
Love
I
you,
said.
Jay. Love
You see what I deal with?
I'm gonna tell you what would happen if we was to swap out and I was to be the color commentator for Jay. Could he stick
I wouldn't
around
be
for
there.
the full game?
Wouldn't be there.
And
Hey, we said we need to do that.
Sandy Cross General Merchandise, serving Sandy Cross community in Rockingham County. All your needs, pure gasoline as well. One of our wonderful sponsors here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Thank you all for listening in, joining us here for the local Gridiron Week 10. I challenge you to make it out to the field and enjoy some good football. Head on down to Eden. It's always a great time during football action on a Friday night. Head on down to Senior Night in Macfield Stadium in Mayodan if you can, and enjoy the great football action there as well. Or if not, hit an area football game. Maybe you want to see Walkertown and Carver. Head on down to Winston-Salem. Support these athletes the best way you can. And if not, make sure you tune in to us. We'll have all the coverage for you. Bartlett Yancey.
Whoa.
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 Bar.
Somebody
I'm
go to
spitting.
bed. I'm
Hey,
telling you. Look,
BY.
it's the hat. It's clogging. His oxygen is going low. That's what it is. Look at the hat. There you go. Oh, wow.
Bartlett
there it is.
Yancey.
How did you leave
Bartlett
the headset?
Yancey.
How did the headset
Bartlett
stay on?
Yancey. Bartlett Yancey. All right. Let's check the action. McMichael, Bartlett Yancey, Senior Night, Macfield Stadium, Mayodan, North Carolina. Jay Ramey, Jonathan Hatley on Roco Radio, RocoRadio.com, on our Substack page, RocoRadioSports.substack.com. And now that I can breathe, Lord, let me bring you this game of the week on Roco Radio Friday night under the lights in Eden, Panther Stadium, the Moorhead Panthers, the Rockingham County Cougars. Your pregame show at 6:20 p.m. We have it covered for you. The run game is on fire. It's on fleek. And I just said that, and that's how weak the spirit is.
Show the picture.
Thursday
Show
night.
the picture. Show the happy face. Show the smile. There it is. A good old-fashioned slobber knocker, the run game. Up just a tad. Up just a tad. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. He's smiling.
He's happy. He's on the ground.
happy.
Go off air with that and make that like the thumbnail.
I love it.
For Jay Ramey, Jonathan Hatley, and David Woods, I'm the man on the ground. This is the local Gridiron. Have a good night.